to find a pearl for Rose for her birthday.
Sawyer, way to go, Papa Son. You didn't waste much
Oh,
time.
God, Sawyer!
I'd give you a cigar, Bernie, but I'm fresh out.
Son's pregnant?
Keep it down there, Susie. I don't
Shit.
think Jen Senior here knows yet. Mama. Oh,
Maybe.
Nice to shoot.
well, wait. Let's now, it's not step.
Oh, he's trying to fix her garden. Be sweet if you weren't an asshole. If you hadn't ripped it to begin with. He's gonna ask her to teach him English.
필요해.
네?
난 이런 거는 너무 싫어. 자꾸 싸우는 거. 근데 내가 어떻게 해야 다른 사람도 하고 얘기도 할 수가 없어. 의사소통이 전혀 안 돼. 난 당신이 필요해.
임신이요, 여보. 진수 씨, 내 말 좀 들어. 당신한테 할 얘기가 있어요.
사실은요, 선 씨에게 문제가
아우,
있는 게 아니고요.
Jen?
네?
두 분에게 문제가 있습니다. 그런 사람을 제가 사실대로 마냥 다 얘기했다면 그분은 제 병원을 불살라 버렸을 겁니다.
Oh, he's scared if Jen would retaliate against him.
왜 이 얘기...
아니 만약 내가 나한테 문제가 있다면 어떻게 아이가 생길 수 있지?
당신한테 맹세하는데 나한테는 당신뿐이야.
Really?
그게 사실이고.
그렇다면 이건 기적이야.
I get it. Okay.
사람들에게 알려도 돼?
잭하고 케이트는 벌써 알고 있고 아마 소율도 알고 있을 거예요.
그럼 버나드도 알고 있겠네?
이 섬에서 아마 모르는 사람은 없을걸요? 나 한 20분만이라도 혼자 있고 싶은데 그냥 혼자서 당신이 괜찮다면
그럼 그렇게 해.
사랑해.
Why did she seem surprised that she said that?
I love you.
I gotta let him out and eat. Okay. Is this him getting back at Jack or at John?
I guess I earned myself some goodwill for finally drawing that map for Anna.
They didn't know.
To my balloon.
Did you?
No. Oh, you guys have some real trust issues, don't you? Guess it makes sense she didn't tell you. I mean, with the two of you fighting all the time. Of course, if I was one of them, these people that you seem to think are your enemies, what would I do? There'd be no balloon. So I'd draw a map to a real secluded place. Like a cave or some underbrush. Good place for a trap. An ambush.
Didn't I say just something like that?
And when your friends got there, a bunch of my people would be waiting for them.
Let's see if he's just saying that.
And then they'd use them to trade for me. I guess it's a good thing I'm not one of them, huh? You guys got any milk?
Oh my god. Oh, jeez. Alright, I just had to make sure that was the end. I was just waiting for the credits to pop up. Alright, well, I have to say that I really enjoyed Henry in this one. I don't know why. I really did. Yeah. I don't know. I just really enjoyed him. I'm sure you probably was able to tell. But yeah, what he said at the end there is exactly what I fucking said. That, you know, that he could draw the map to anywhere, to his people, to a dangerous place. So I don't know. We'll see if that turns out to be true. Whether he was saying it just to get at them or he was letting them know that's exactly what he did. So, yeah. So we don't know what happened to him because last we saw they were going to thoroughly check to see if the balloon was around. Saeed was ready to come back and do whatever he had planned. But Anna's like, no, I want to make absolutely sure that there's no balloon. Which, good for her, that she's just not jumping into accusing him of lying. Because she just doesn't want to make another mistake like she did with Nathan. And then what happened with Shannon. Shannon's was a different situation because that was just like, one thing after the other just kept happening. And so it was really fast. The Nathan thing, that one was she thought something, she was wrong. But she didn't kill him. Goodwin did, so. This had a lot of Jen and Sun again. Some more of their backstory. Apparently, they were trying to have a baby. And they've been trying for over a year. So, yeah, as soon as he's like, did you take your temperature? I was like, oh, they're trying to have a kid. Because I'm completely familiar with the procedure of trying to have a kid. Because I went 6 years of trying. And it's a process and it's not romantic. It's definitely not romantic. But yeah, so the reason he wanted to have a kid, that he was saying that it'd be better, that's not true. It could be better, sure. But it could also make things a whole lot worse. And considering that, he wasn't around a lot, the raising of the child would be mainly on Sun. And it's not really fair to her to be stuck with the majority of it, this is something they need to share responsibility when it comes to kids. So I don't know, she seemed kind of reluctant, and then he's like, when you go to the doctor and all that stuff, and she seemed like she didn't want to. And then when they finally did go to the doctor, and the doctor said that she couldn't have children, that was like impossible. And then Jen turned around and blamed her. Pissed me off. It's not her fault. It turned out to be completely not true, by the way. So, she didn't even have, I can't say the word, but she didn't have endo, which is what he said she had. But him to blame her is like, did you know that you had this? And just be like she trapped him into marriage, and it just really pissed me off. I was really mad. I was really hating Jen in this episode a lot. And then the way he was treating her at the beginning on the island, dragging her away from her garden, I understand that he's scared for her, that something like what happened before of her getting abducted would happen again. And I get that, but that was not a way to handle the situation. He turned back to the Jen we saw when they first crashed on the island, and it was not good. So yeah, my like meter for Jen plummeted in this episode, and he earned it back a little bit at the end of the episode, but I don't like him as much as I did before this episode. So, but anyway, so it turned out that it wasn't her that couldn't have children, it's Jen that couldn't. And I thought at first her dad had him lie to her, he didn't want her to have kids with this guy. But it turns out he lied all on his own because he was scared of Jen, because he knows the kind of stuff that her dad does. And he was afraid that Jen would retaliate against him for giving him the bad news. So I wonder what it was about Jen that made it so he couldn't have kids, because it didn't really specify. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why a guy might not be able to get someone pregnant, but doesn't mean that they could never. It's still possible. If a guy has a low count, I don't want to get like too graphic in details, but if they have a low count, doesn't mean that they'll never be able to have a kid with somebody, but it just makes it so much harder, you know? And anyway, so she's pregnant. Jen's the dad, so apparently they have a miracle baby. We'll see. I don't know. I just really thought that maybe she had an affair, but then I also said that, you know, they've been on the island, I think at least a couple months, right? So it would be weird for her not to have shown symptoms earlier if it's possible that she was pregnant by someone else. But she promised that she'd never been with anybody, but then she still looked like maybe she was lying about that to not hurt Jen. I don't know. But then at the end, I don't know. I guess she was telling the truth. I don't know what happened with her and that guy. But, yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's pretty much the episode. Yeah. Oh, also, I just want to say that I'm really not liking Charlie at the moment. I really liked him at the beginning of the show, like season 1 and stuff, but ever since the relationship with him and Claire blew up, he's turned into somebody I don't like. And I hope it changes. I hope that he gets over it and moves on. But yeah, I really don't like where his character's going. I just don't like it. That's all I'm going to say. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction. If you did, please give this video a like. If you have any suggestions on anything you'd like me to react to, please leave that down below. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.